Welcome back to Design. In the first half of the show, we gained insights into the creative industry in Malaysia from the corporate and education perspective. Now, touching on this subject from a designer's viewpoint is Koh Lee Meng, our special guest of tonight. Hello, Koh.
Hello,
good evening. Now, Koh is the president of RAIGA in 2008 and 2009, and he is fundamental in the formation of each new team elected after his presidency. During his term, he initiated the Quasar Power Asia Design Conference. And one of the highlights of the Graphic Design Association of Malaysia, which we also call them as wREGA, they have organized the first ever inaugural IACT Design Week in Kuching last year. Now, on a business note, Koh is also the owner and principal of Koh Design Consultants, KDC, which he has been doing so for 29 years. Now, that's a lot of input that we'll be finding out from him, having dealt with interns and young designers, graduates as well. He has been consulting organizations on design and branding. So, Koh, with his design company, was an in-house design studio for Malaysia Airlines between 2008 and 2009. Now, on a personal note, Koh actively gets involved in Rotary Club. He was also a past president. Koh.
Yes. Oh, thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, we have Jason and
Yeah.
Alicia touching on the subject of how they can make graduates be job ready for the working world.
Okay.
Now, coming from the background as president for in the Graphic Design Association of Malaysia,
Right.
what do you think, apart from having a good qualification and skill sets, what do you think is missing?
I think basically they need to have some prerequisites in terms of business administration, the professional practice of design, relevant skill set. I think not just basically the creative aspect of it. And so far we have actually seen quite a lot of students coming in and out of our companies. And I believe most of them do have a lot of issues with those basic grounding in art and design. So I think the college have to need to do something about this aspect. What is missing most likely, I think, would be the professional practice of design. That is lacking, and then to find out what the industry actually needs. We do not have a lot of jobs in the market for graphic designers, for graduates. With the mushrooming of so many colleges, I think they have to address this issue, be a bit more, rather than we have to be more clear to tell them exactly the opportunity out there. Perhaps they may have to revise their modules to include these business skill sets, and perhaps train them to be able to be design entrepreneurs, where they can start their own business, because you can see a lot of freelancers in the market, and there's not many design companies that you can really apply to. Neither there is a lot of, no doubt, I mean, traditionally there's a lot of advertising companies, but a lot of people do ask us, where does all these graduates end up doing? Is it whether they are in little sweatshops or whether production houses or in-house companies and related fields, or they have actually diversified. Maybe some of them actually gave up design altogether, so which is rather a pity. So I think the reality of it is I think we need to really train. Really, I mean, the modules must be or perhaps with industry leaders, and to discuss how to best to make them job ready, to in fact instill in them the skill set, so that they're able to fend for themselves, perhaps a little bit of entrepreneur skills, basically on that basis.
As someone started out
Yeah.
as a graphic designer,
Right.
and now having started up a design company, and now you hire or you work closely with young graphic designers,
Right.
you kind of feel how they feel,
Correct.
like starting out. What are some of the other challenges faced by graphic designers?
Generally, I think we had a survey last year. I think the Designer Association of Malaysia had a survey. I think there's a lot of issues being brought up by or challenges faced by these designers. Among the biggest challenges faced by them are basically crazy deadlines. Okay, one of them. And then they also talk about lack of freedom of expression and lack of appreciation from either from clients or from the employees or like I said, low pay. That is one of the issues. No training provided, so they couldn't really expand their skill. Unscrupulous clients who doesn't really understand about design.
Or creative people.
Yeah, right. And also they have to contend with the copyright issues. Sometimes plagiarism issues where their designs are being what they call copied, duplicated due to perhaps they it's all window shoppings and they call for pitching. Yeah, and also the support they need all the support. Where I think where the Design Association needs to play a role here to give them the necessary support as well as from the government. I think these are some of the issues faced by the designers, and as well as they couldn't afford expensive softwares, for example. So I think it's endless. I mean, the list of things that they brought up during the survey it brings to our attention, and we realize it's not going to disappear overnight.
Having conducted the survey and finally being able to find out where the problems lie or what the issues are there, what role does the Graphic Design Association of Malaysia play in the industry? How does it help?
RAIGA's role in the industry, basically the objective is to raise the standard of graphic design. Encourage the professional practice, disseminate information, as well as promote cooperation and exchange of views between members, as well as with professionals and organizations in related fields, the government, commerce, and likewise the industry in general. So those are the kind of objectives we would like to the role we would like to play. To address all these situations. It's a long process. We started way back. We were registered in 2000, and we need a lot of dedicated members and people to actually effect all these changes.
Now, one of the highlights of RAIGA this year is that RAIGA has recently launched the code of
COPC, Code of Professional Conduct.
Yes. I'm sure it does relate back to the survey results and all that is happening right now. How did the idea of the Code of Professional Conduct, COPC, first came about?
Right. The Code of Conduct is actually a prerequisite. In fact, it's enshrined in our constitution for members. Just that it was not elaborate further. It's only this year that the special committee was formed to in collaboration with in consultation with David Berman, a fellow of the Society of Graphic Designers of Canada, who roped in to develop the guidelines further for the benefit of the members. That took about a year, and before it was formulated to address the ethical standards. And as well as to raise the professional status of graphic designers through best practices and the responsibilities. The 5 areas as which is mentioned in the COPC are basically to the association, responsibility to the association, responsibilities to the fellow designers, and the public at large, and the society, and the environment we live in. So those are the core areas that are the designers' responsibilities. And I think that was the basis of the COPC.
So how can the COPC can be applied to, say, to the graphic designers' work, if not for their responsibility to the 5 areas?
There was some concern when we launched the COPC, simply because they are not really aware of the how it would benefit them, and the fear that among the
Do you mean the public or the graphic
designers? For example, mainly, let's say, from the segment of freelancers. They think this is elitist, so it wouldn't. It would be detrimental to the survival of the business. But I think it will definitely elevate the professional status of designers. That was the intention, and also indirectly, it will eventually raise the income of the profession, which is, it's a catch-22 situation. Most of the time, people complain why, all these issues that is brought about in terms of what we just mentioned, the challenges and all that. So I think it's very timely that this where the COPC can do in terms of it also benefits beside the clients as well.
Very well. Cool. Now, we are talking about the Code of Professional Conduct and how it will definitely benefit the design community, the graphic designers especially. I acknowledge you for your effort and the whole team of the RAIGA Graphic Design Association Malaysia. Now, where can graphic designers go to find out more information about the COPC?
Basically, they can go to their website, www.RAIGA.org. They can download the either if you want to become a member, you can download the membership form, and they just need to submit it with the relevant qualifications, together with at least 5 pieces of their best works, and to secretariat at RAIGA.org for assessments and approval. Now, on the other hand, if they need to know more about the COPC, they could also write in for information.
Very well. Thank you, Koh, for your view on this matter.
Thank you.
We were talking about how what educational institutions can do to make graduates job ready in order to fill the employment gap. That was from IACT College, and now we have Koh giving us more insights from a designer's point of view. Thank you, Koh, for being here with us. It is really important to know how the graphic design industry is doing. We definitely will find out more on that, on graphic design industry and beyond. We have come to the end of the show. Drop us a comment on facebook.com/designed939 on what you think about making graduates job ready. You can watch snippets of this show on cutoutmag.com/designed, produced by Moshio Fixo, the Ideas Agency. On that note, I am Vivian Toh. See you next week. This is Designed on Bernama Radio 24.